Rudolf Bada of Czechoslovakia and Joe Kampala of West Germany are the two referees, and they nearly caused a riot in the discussions prior to the game as to whether they would be allowed to officiate. That is the West Germans. But they finally resolved it around noon today. The start of the game was very much in doubt there up until noon. However, the teams are out on the ice now, ready to start. At his own blue line, number 10 at center, and the Soviet fans, there's a dive. There was a real dive there. There wasn't a call. There'll be a penalty, and that's the first penalty of the game. Yakushev now cutting in front of his own goal, and Peter Mahovlich breaks himself on him, and there's going to be a penalty there. Peter Mahovlich checks and is given a hooking penalty, and Canada will play 2 men short. With the score, Canada nothing, and the Soviets nothing. This is game 8. 105 and 1 penalty, and 137 in the other for Canada. As Canada's playing 2 men short, Liepkin over on the far side of the shot and stopped and drives. They flag it in and score! Yakushev left in the rebound to give the Soviet a 1-0 lead. Parisi, as the puck goes back to Vikolov, Maltsev takes his pass. He's knocked over by, and there'll be a penalty there to Canada. And just one penalty after another in this game. Parisi knocked the Soviet player over, seemed to get the elbow into it, and as a result will get an elbowing penalty, and Canada will play 2 men short, the Soviet 1. Parisi is
somewhat incensed at getting this penalty. He has no respect for the referee. He could get himself right up the gate. What happens, Foster, in this type of situation? Because it's a close checking game, each player wants to make absolutely sure that his man, his responsibility in the ice doesn't get away from him. And this is one of the reasons there's a lot of hooking, tripping, and so on. Parise is totally incensed at this call.
They're still waiting to, while Phil Esposito speaks to the 2 referees, I'm afraid this kind of officiating is going to cause more than one incident before this game is over. But Parisi seemed to lose his head completely there when he threatened the referee with his stick. But he didn't swing it, but he certainly indicated he might.
Well, as you pointed out before the game started, there was a great controversy in the last day and a half in Moscow as to who would referee this game. Team Canada, after they had the 2 West German referees 2 games ago, suggested that they definitely would play if they refereed the game. The Soviets, unfortunately, had the choice of referees, and they were their choice.
The ruling is that Parisi is out of the game, and that will likely mean a 10-minute penalty before he is allowed to be replaced. But he is out of the game. As far as we can learn in this controversial situation here, Harry Sinden threw a bench or something on the out on the ice, and somebody else threw a chair, and in the meantime the players just skated all around. Maltsev is centering. Harlamov is on the left wing. He was injured for the last game. Puck goes into the corner. Bill White played it on the right side. Shot it down. Henderson is covered. Interfered with all the way down there by Suganzov. They jam into the corner. And here goes the penalty. No question about that. As Canada at full strength for a change. And the Soviet a man short. Canadians having a chance. Here's a shot. Right on. Protect. They bang it in. Phil Esposito knocked in the rebound. And the score is tied. At center ice. Soviet coming up at center. A long pass. Yakushev lost his stick. Play is called, and there's going to be a penalty call against Canada for interference. And it's Peter Mahovlich. Leanoff goes in on that left wing, number 9, going back to the Canadian goal. Still has the puck. He hangs on to it, clears this side, and the drive by Petrov went wide. Dryden was down on the play. There's interference by the Soviet player as he didn't have his stick, and here he gets it. No question about that. It was Petrov. Maltsev was going down on this left side. The pass never reached him. Mishakov is checked by Phil Esposito. Mikulov stole the puck, goes in on the wing, and Mikulov was knocked over. There's going to be another Canadian penalty. Interference. And that's the favorite call by the officials. Harlamov getting it again on that far wing. Passing back to Lechenko. Here's another shot. He scores! Long shot from the blue line. Shadron is ready for the face-off. Canada playing every man up. Rattel taking the face-off. Got the draw back to Savard. Savard fakes the shot. Turns, gets in front of the net. He shoots. Oh, that was wide. A pass to Gilbert, who couldn't get past center ice. Another try by Park. They're closing in. Rattel to Park. Right in. He scores! Park from Rattel. And Canada tied it up. Park from Rattel for Canada. It's batted in there by Petrov to Blinoff. Blinoff back to the goal. Still has it. Overskated it. Gets it again. Bill White tried to block him. It's back to the net. Right covered the short side. Mihailov tried to scoop it. And Stapleton was giving him a couple of jolts. 1:01 left in the first period, a 2-all tie.
And there's a good look at the Soviet crowd. And there's the big Canadian flag coming out of that crowd with the Go Canada Go chant.
It's grabbed off by Henderson momentarily. Yakushev comes away on the right wing, closes in with his shot wide. It's bounced in front of the net. Chatterjee scores! Shadron got that loose puck. And that put the Soviets one up there. A 3-man break for the Soviets. Petrov got the pass, gets the return. And Blinoff was bowled over on the play. Canada coming back. Cornway and Mahovlich right in. And the shot was grabbed by Tretiak. And you don't find one any closer than that. Tretiak was knocked right over on the play.
The best save of the night by either goaltender. How Tretiak stopped this puck off Ivan Cornway, I don't know. He didn't catch it in the glove. He takes it up in his forearm. A tremendous save by Tretiak.
Gilbert turns, waits, stands there, still backing up, takes a shot, is right in front of the score! Bill White deflected it into the net. Bill White from, and the score is all tied up. White from Gilbert. Here's a chance, a shot by Rattel went wide. Gilbert fired one across the goal mouth, and Canada has the Soviet run in right in front of the net, a scramble, and Tretiak is down. A 2-man break for the Soviet. 1 man back. Here they're closing in. Mihailov shoots. And Dryden came up with a dazzling save on Mihailov. Canada and the Soviets are tied 3-3. 8:21 left in the second period. And you hear that Canadian crowd really whooping it up. Canada carrying the play at this stage. Here's a roller right in front of the net. They score! Yakushev was right in front of the net. And there's that deadly shot again from close hand to give the Soviet a 4-3 lead.
Yakushev has to be the Soviet's most dangerous player. He's parked right at the top of the goal crease. He's not trying at his mercy. He gives him a little fake and then flips it right along the ice.
The Soviets get it again. Blinoff over on the far wing. Here's a fake shot to Blinoff in front of the net. He tipped it and rolled in front of the goal. That drive was away out of the net, and that was saved by Phil Esposito, who slid in front of the net to cover that loose puck. Leanoff had a great chance.
Dryden was beaten cleanly here. He was pulled right out of the net by Leanoff. Leanoff went to tuck it in the corner, and Phil Esposito steals it right off his stick and prevents a goal against Canada. A great defensive effort by Phil Esposito.
Down the right wing for Maltsev. He goes into the corner, is knocked down. Stapleton is going to get a penalty. I'll bet they call it interference. And likely be a cross-check. With the score, the Soviets 4, Canada 3. This is game 8 from Moscow. Yakushev goes back to the blue line, trying to draw his man away. Yakushev still has it on that far side. Passes back on the boards. There's that tic-tac-toe passing play. Vasiliev is going to take a shot. There'll be another penalty on the play. They shoot, they score. Shadron deflected it into the net. Shadron deflected that one into the net.
Vasiliev, number 6, has Dryden at his mercy, and all the time Shadron is walking right in towards the post.
3:16 is left in the second period. The Soviets have taken a 2-goal lead. The first time a team has had a 2-goal lead in the game tonight. Another two-man break. Mihailov coming in. Pass back to Petrov. And a great save there on a three-way passing play. Savard into the corner. Trying to dig it out. Here's Cornwallis coming in with a shot. Here it went loose. Another chance. It's going to be a penalty call here now. With a score, the Soviets 5, Canada 3. This is game 8 from Moscow. Kuskin is going in the penalty box for the Soviets for elbowing at 18:06. It bounced off the boards. Vasiliev failed to clear. A fake shot goes into the corner. Ellis trying to dig it out to Phil Esposito in front of the net. And Esposito deflected one wide. Henderson back to Stapleton. Over on the wing. Here's the shot. Wide of the net. The Soviet really under pressure. And Henderson fell. Now Vasiliev is covered by Henderson in the corner. Shadron goes in to help. And the play is stopped with 39 seconds remaining in the period. Only 2 penalties in that second period. 1 to Canada, 1 to the Soviets, and the Soviets outshot Canada 10-8.
Well, Foster, I think when Pat Marsden said that it was 5-3 for Canada, he was really expressing the sentiments of all of us. I think that Team Canada can get back in this game, in this period, and maybe before it's over, Canada will be ahead.
All ready now for the face-off. With the Soviets to the right, Canada to the left. Ellis takes a long shot at Tretiak right off the bat. He's out of the goal crease. Ellis going over the line. Couldn't get a shot on goal. Mahavlich was cruising in back of the net. There's a dump there to Vasiliev, who went flying on a check. Here's a quick shot by Anderson. Cornwallis to Peter Mahavlich, coming down the right wing. Keeps on going into the corner. Is bumped back to the net. Centered in front. Here's the Esposito. Esposito scored for Canada from Peter Mahavlich. Soviet recover again. Passing back to the blue lines again. Tough shot. Trying to stop it. And then covered up on the loose puck on the side of the net. 19 left in the third. Here's a fight in front of the Canadian goal. It's Gilbert struggling with the Soviet player, Mishakov. Now then, Gilbert swings at him. Mishakov goes back at him, and the two of them go down again. This is the first fight in the game. And you can feel the tension almost everywhere as the players loop around. And the Soviet fans are usually whistling. You hear that. But the referee's in the middle of the pack, and no player really did anything on it.
Well, we know one thing for sure, Foster, that Rod Gilbert definitely got a good punch in because Mishakov has a bloody nose there, and there's no question that Gilbert dinged him a good one.
Clark and Henderson are trying to kill off the penalty for Canada. Now Clark steals the puck. He's jumped by Vasiliev. Vasiliev will get a penalty there for tripping. And for the first time in the game, the Soviets will play two men short. Break. From the face-off, Cornwallier nearly got a chance there. He gets that puck again back to the blue line. Phil Esposito passed in front of the net. Cornwallier missed the pass that didn't arrive, and Phil Esposito locked one wide. Here's the right front net, he shoots! Oh, what a chance Rattel had right in front of the net. Mahovlich, who goes back to the net here, he's coming out in front. Goes to the defense to Bergman. Bergman failed to get a shot. He took his man down. And they, from the side, the Soviet tried to clear out. Here's Malkin coming down with Mishakov on the left. A shot. Right, saved on that. Soviets still leading 5-4. They've changed ends. Canada to the right, the Soviets to the left. Skates over out of the right wing to the blue line. Took a bump from Dennis Hull. Park is trying to come out on the left side. A long pass to Phil Esposito going in. He shoots. Oh, right in front of the net. Esposito banged that. Here's another shot by Cornwallier. He scores! Canada has tied it up. The Canadian team grabbing each other there.
Esposito makes an incredible individual effort on this goal. I can't say enough. Look at him fight for the puck. He gets it back out in front of the net after having missed it once himself. And I believe it's Ivan Cornwallier who gets the goal. Phil Esposito, once he digs for it now and he keeps fighting. He gets it out. It's shot. And Cornwallier puts the backhander into the goal. Now we see a fight breaking out along the boards.
A mix-up on the far side. The Canadian team are mixing it up with the spectators, and I believe Alan Eagleson is in on it over there as far as we can tell. And the Canadian team are all over there. When that rumpus started, or whatever it was, nobody knows. But Canada tied that score at 12:56, and it appeared to be Cornwallier who got the goal. There's a wild scramble around the Soviet net. Apparently, the police were trying to throw Eagleson out, and that's when the reserves from the Canadian team came over there to help out. 5:02 left in the game, a 5-all tie. Stapleton lobbed one into the Soviet zone. Carries it out at center ice. Over the line, Bergman right in, and his shot was stopped by Kretschak. A clearing pass over on the left side. To center ice, 2:51 left in the game. The Soviet player Yakushev tried to hurdle in and was dumped on the play. The Soviet coming in, Mikhailov is forced into the corner, centered it. Savard blocking it. Pulled away from Blinov, but didn't get the puck out. Mikhailov from the side, cleared it out. Here's a shot. Dryden had it bounce off his arm. And Mikhailov and Ellis are doing a little threatening on the side. 1:48 left in the game. A 5-all tie. Vasiliev going back to get it. 1:02 left in the game. Cleared pass on the far side. Lyapkin rolled one to Savard. Savard cleared the pass to Stapleton. He cleared to the open wing to Cornwallier. Cornwallier took a shot. The defenseman fell over, Lyapkin. And the Cornwallier has it on that wing. Here's a shot. Henderson made a wild stab for it and fell. Here's another shot. Right in front of the score. Henderson has scored for Canada. Henderson right in front of the net. And the fans of the team are going wild. Henderson right in front of the goal. 34 seconds. is the time of Canada's 6th goal. Canada 6, the Soviets 5. 8 seconds at center. A long shot by Gusev. Dryden played it back to the goal. 2 seconds. The game is over, and Canada have won the series. They defeated the Soviets 6-5 in a thrilling, hard-fought puzzle here. And to show the quality of the Canadian team, they were able to win 3 out of 4 on Moscow ice, which shows the caliber of their power play that came back. Canadian teams redeemed themselves from a very slow start in Canada. When they weren't in shape, they kept getting better and better and better, and they fought like tigers tonight to come right through and defeat the Soviets 6-5 and win the series.
Well, then they're going through the handshaking. Team Canada obviously elated, the Russians dejected, and I must say, Foster, is that both these teams played so well. It's a shame that anybody had to lose, but I can't say enough about Team Canada. It was uphill right from the second they left Canada. In fact, right from the start of the series, because they had to overcome conditioning all along. And I can't say enough for the effort, the total effort by every player on the team. And I don't really think you can single anybody out, although some did play so well, because it was a team effort, and they came back in such a magnificent way, and they won it in a magnificent way as well.
When you have to come from behind a 2-goal lead, as they did, it showed their spirit, their ability, and everything else.